right, shalom, shalom. And I'm come back at you with the part two of the elect and the remnant. So this is Zechariah. I'm gonna start at 7. Zechariah 13 and 7. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, saith Yahweh of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered, and I will turn mine hand upon the little ones. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, Bashem Halshah, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. That's the 2/3. 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. We've all seen a pie chart in school before. There's gonna be a 1/3 that gets saved and a 2/3 that die. Because you 2/3, you niggas are wicked. But the third shall be left therein, shall be saved. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. You know, he's gonna try your spirit, man. He's gonna see if you really about the names Yahweh Yahweh Shah, man. We all gonna be tried in that time, man. We labor now, so we don't have to die like you niggas, man. The Lord willing, man. Yahweh Shem Shah Ratazah. We don't get the same death that you 2/3 niggas receive, man. You know? And they shall call on my name. They shall call on my name, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And I will hear them. And I will hear them. Hey, the Lord ain't gonna, hey man, the Lord ain't gonna forsake his men in that day, man. Neither the women or children, man, that call on his name, man. In sincerity, man. Just cause you call on that name in that day, that don't mean you gonna get saved. Because you can call on that name out of total impulse, man. Just cause you heard us preaching before on the highways and byways, and you remembered the name, but you went on your way, and just to continue to do your wickedness in the earth. And then when that time finally arises, you want to call on the name of the Lord. And the Lord ain't gonna hear you with that shit, man. You goddamn hypocrite. He ain't gonna hear you, man. He gonna put your ass to death probably in the most gruesome way, and I'm sure he will, man. The Lord is gonna do all his pleasure. Hey, what you think all this that you see around us was created for, man? It was created for the pleasure of Yahweh, man. For his pleasure was everything created. I'm gonna reread that in verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh Bashem Halshah is my power, is my God, man, one and only. And let's go to Isaiah. 10th chapter. This is Isaiah 10th chapter, starting at 21. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, Israel, unto the mighty power, the mighty God, the Most High. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. Yeah, the people of Israel is as the sand of the sea. Because you can't, being a man on the earth, you can't number the children of Israel, man. We've been speaking as for the men, because your father carries the seed, man, not your mother. So whatever your father is, that's determines what you are. So like I said, the Israel is as the sand of the sea. So you can't just see a so-called Edomite walking down the street and say, hey, that's an Edomite. You haven't tried that spirit, man. So you don't know what that is. The Lord told us to try the spirit by the spirit. So we're supposed to try their countenance, man, their spirit. You know, if they go align with this word, man, then they may be an Israelite. even a so-called Chinese or Japanese or Arab, it may be an Israelite. We've been cast around the world to and fro like a drunkard. So our men's been having sex with every nation. So you don't know what anyone could be. So you can't just judge it just off someone's skin color. You can't be carnal, man. You got to be spiritual. For though the people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. For the Lord, for Yahweh power of hosts shall make a consumption, even determined in the midst of all the land. And then from there, I want to hit Matthew's 24th chapter. Let's see. Matthew. It's like, yeah, I get my pages all stuck together. Matthew 24, 31. Let me see where I want to start at. Okay, I'm gonna start at 29. This is Matthew 29. Salakia. This is Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. The stars falling from heaven are those 200 million missiles that's gonna be hitting America, man. You get caught up in that, hey, that's the worst plague to get caught up in. It's the last plague, because the Lord is gonna prolong that time that you getting burned up. It's gonna y'all want hell to be real, and that day at that time, hell is gonna be real. You gonna be burning. It's gonna feel like forever. It's gonna be a long time. That's what forever really means, man. So when the Lord told us through the scriptures that He was gonna cast off Israel forever, He cast us off for a long time. It's been a long time, according to us, according to the time in the world. It's been a long time. It's been thousands of years, man. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Immediately after I'm gonna start back at 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. See, those stars from heaven was the missiles, man. The Lord is gonna come back when those missiles start getting fired off, man. At the last second, Yahweh Shah will return, man, gloriously, man, with the whole host of heaven, man. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Hey, when the tribes of the earth, that's everyone. I mean, he meant everyone on the earth, man. So when people start looking up, because Yahweh Shah is gonna be on the top of that big ass chariot he gonna have, man. So when y'all see that the Lord is really not that long, stringy haired, fat, white faggot that y'all profanely put out there, man, y'all gonna be sorely afraid that the Lord don't look like y'all niggas, man. Talking to you Edomites. Even you 2/3 Jakes, man. Y'all gonna be afraid too, because y'all know y'all been worshiping a false idol, man. And what did the Lord? That's in the 10 Commandments. Hey, no other God shall be before me, man. For thus says Yahweh. And it was verse 31. And He shall send His angels with a great sound of a trumpet. What's that called? I think it's called the ram's horn. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. This is like that's around the earth basically, man. Oh, Slakia. Give me 1 second. I want to see if I should read the rest of this. Oh yeah, I'm reading the rest of this. I'm gonna read the rest of this chapter. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, and putteth forth leaves, yet know that summer is nigh, that destruction is not, man. Hey, the Lord is going into a parable, man, right here, man. The parable of the fig tree. He's going into this coming destruction of this place, man, and the coming of his new world, man. A righteous one in order, in complete order. So likewise, yeah, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation, the last one, hey, we gotta be the last generation, man. Cause you niggas, man, oh my goodness. Hey, you niggas are something else. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But if that day and hour knoweth no man, no not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. And he capitalized that word angels right there. That means all the angels, including himself. Yahushua don't even know the time he's gonna come back. Only the Father only. But you would think, oh, you contradicted yourself right there. Only the Father knows. We know by the times and the signs, man. Hey, and the times and the signs are speaking loud and clear for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, man. The signs are speaking loud and clear, man. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days they were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then, hey, y'all, hey, partying was so like. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to 38 real quick. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. That's basically partying, man. Eating and drinking, that's partying, man. Hey, all Jake like to do is party, man. As soon as they get off work from saving from Esau, all they know how to do is party. Issachar, you want to do is drink Modelo's and go party, man. Y'all be ready to get you a 8-pack of beer, go sit on your ass, eat and drink, then go out that same day and party, man. Hey, yeah, keep doing that until Jacob's trouble. See if you're gonna be partying then. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. 2 women shall be grinding at the mill, and the one shall be taken and the other left. I came out with this parable before, but hey, that's the spirit, man. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched. It would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. doing this work and keeping this faith unto the end. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And we're going to get into that scripture at the end of this thing. He shall make him ruler over all his goods, over all the earth, over all the universe, man. But if that, joint heirs, but if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, if he fall away from this truth, you're going to get beat with many stripes. The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, put him to death, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, crying and wailing, man. You're going to be crying to death until you die. So I'm going to get second Esdras 45. I pulled this one out before, but we're going into the elect today. So let's pull it right back out. Let's see, starting at (42). I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns. He said crowns on his elect, man. The 144,000 only, he said crowns. That's the government body. That's going to be government in the kingdom of heaven. It was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, the mind of these mortals here, and put on immortality, and have confessed the name of the Most High. So the Lord is going to make us immortals physically in that day. And now are they crowned and receives palms, victory. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? And so he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them. They stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's the elect, man. We stand so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. I'm almost done. I didn't think the lesson was gonna be this long, but you know how the spirit is. This is Revelations 14:4. These are they which were not defiled with women. Women is talking about philosophy. So no, we're not virgins. Us men of the Lord most have children, some don't. But that don't mean that we haven't dealt with a woman on this side. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins, spiritual virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and unto the Lamb. The first fruits was the 144,000 that created the earth, man. Yahushua. Oh, and the rest of the universe. Yahweh created Yahushua. Yahushua created the 144,000, and Yahushua and the 144,000 created everything you see today. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High. Without fault, man. I mean, the Lord the Lord is gonna basically let our sins fly, man, for doing His work for Him, man. I'm wrap it up right here. This is Revelations 20:4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High. which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, the RFID chip, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. But the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished, the 2/3. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is he that has part in the first resurrection. On such the second death has no power, but they shall be priests of the Most High, and of Hamashiach Christ, and shall reign with him 1,000 years and forevermore. We're gonna live forever. And with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to my elders and apostles, Great Millstone. Salutations to the rest of you brothers pushing this truth with sincerity, man. And shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.